Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Supernatural TV. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Kristen Hansen. I have you live tonight on YouTube Live, and I also have you live on Instagram. So this is my first time trying them both. We're going to see how this goes. This is all an experiment, so I'll do my best I can to try to get with both you guys at the same time. So welcome. Hi, La Perla. Hi, Katrin. How are you? I can't see who is up on the top. I think it's Juan on my YouTube channel. Juan, you get around. You're everywhere. You should have your own channel. Every time I go on live, he's live. So, hi, Crystal. How are you? So, like I said, I wanted to come on tonight and begin my ghost chat. It is a series of paranormal discussion. Aside from doing the tarot and studying a lot of supernatural things like that, I'm also very deeply interested in the paranormal, and I am a paranormal research investigator, as is my husband. And one of the things that we enjoy doing is connecting to spirit, talking about that, talking with people about spirit communication, helping people understand what that means, helping people understand the paranormal for themselves and things like that, right? So I'm going just between the two of you here, and we'll see how this goes. If it doesn't work out, well, then I can always delete them. But hi, Kenny, how are you? Welcome to all of you. And if I don't greet you in the chat, I'm sorry. If I miss you guys on either channel, I apologize. So what I want to begin with before I do the unboxing part and get into dowsing rods here is to ask you, do you have any experience with the paranormal? First of all, are you someone who has perhaps seen a spirit? Perhaps you've heard a spirit, maybe as a child you had some type of experience with the supernatural, something to that degree, right? Anybody here want to volunteer or talk about that? For many people, the paranormal can be a very scary thing, especially if they don't understand it, or especially if they're surrounded by people that don't believe them or they don't understand. Kenny says yes. Anybody else, just go ahead and raise a hand and say yes. You don't have to talk about it or explain what it is if you don't want to, but you can just say a big hello. You can check out my website, supernatural-tarot.com. I will be expanding it to include a lot of paranormal things. Katrin Marie says, yes, my whole life. And I do believe Katrin is a paranormal investigator as well. La Perla says, yes, a lot, especially during childhood. This is very common. A lot of people have experiences as children, right? How many of you have been told, oh, you've just had a bad dream, or you have an overactive imagination, or it's just the boogeyman in your closet? I know I did. Or maybe you just sleepwalk, okay? I believe in my investigations and in my experiences I've had in my 50 plus years here, that most often those are the beginning stages of some type of spiritual connection, right? Whether it be ghosts, whether it be deceased grandparents, whether it be an entity that's in the house that came with the house. And not all paranormal circumstances are like you see on the TV shows, right? If you watch A Haunting or some of those other ones, yes, some are that extreme, but a majority of them are much less, all right? It's more of an annoyance. You may see things certain times, but a lot of times people have their first paranormal experience as a child, and they're told, the parents don't believe them, especially in some religions. I was born and raised Catholic, so my parents didn't really believe that. Although I was an odd kid anyway, I was told many of those things. But as we get older, some of that may start to fade away, especially if you've moved out of the house or you don't live in that area anymore. And then as you get older, especially, after you have children, you have a big life circumstance. Children are so much more open to the spirit world, I believe. Ken, yes, they are. Yes, they are. And when we're born, let me just back up just for a second. As children, especially infants and on, we do maintain that angelic connection, right? We maintain that connection to our higher power and our spiritual team as that. Unfortunately, we can also see negative things, okay? We can see negative spirits. We can see negative entities and deities and demons and things like that, right? And a lot of those do like to mess with children because they're innocent and they want their energy, and because they can't defend themselves, and because people don't tend to believe them, they have a place for it, okay? Hi Laura, Power of 3, how are you? Hello to you guys on YouTube. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing you right off the bat. I apologize. I'm just trying to keep up with you here. And you know, we may leave and grow up, whatever, and then we have children, or maybe you have a divorce, or maybe you have move into a new home or a new area, and then all of a sudden things start to stir up again. That happened to me. I didn't really realize until I moved here to Arizona that every house I've lived in has had a haunting. After, as a child, as I was growing up, the first house I lived in when I got married, the second house we bought, we had a lot of hauntings. I moved out here to Arizona in the first apartment I lived in, and most definitely in the second apartment. I believe that spirits are everywhere. Okay, but certain things about us trigger activity more than others. And it certainly doesn't have to agree. I mean, it certainly doesn't have to be just because people that are more sensitive. And you'll hear people say, well, I don't believe in that. Hi, Laura, how are you? Welcome. Oh, hi, Brenda. How are you? Brenda says, many experiences when a child and young adult on YouTube. Yes, yes, young adult. A lot of times as women when we have children, things like that. So these situations activate themselves again, right? And sometimes we can say, you know, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in spirits. That's nonsense. That's garbage. That's this, whatever. It doesn't matter if you believe in them or not, right? Things exist in the paranormal anyway. And when we're told that we don't, that these things aren't true, or, you know, things like that, it really leaves people involved in a more of a vulnerable state. So one thing that when we work with people, especially with couples or with parents that have children with situations, is we say to them, please don't say that these things don't exist, because they do. They most definitely exist. And we do our loved ones a great disservice by discounting. Hi, Justina. Thank you so much. Thank you. Justina says she loves my tapestry. Thank you so much. La Perla says yes, that perhaps she's been in situations where people haven't believed her as well. So if you're someone who's having these experiences, if you're someone whose child or partner or loved one is having this experience, I invite you to really open up your mind and realize these things exist whether we believe in them or not. And if someone around you is having experiences, the first thing you should do is get an investigator to your house and have them find out what's going on, because it's not going to go away on its own. All right? Hi, Lindsay. I don't drink all this. This is really mostly water with just a little bit of soda. It's not all soda. I want you guys to think I drink all that. It's important to understand that a lot of people struggle with this, and a lot of people suffer. And a lot of people are tormented. A lot of people lose sleep. They've lost jobs. They've lost relationships. Some people have attachments. They have spirits that have attached to them, you know, for years since they were children or whatever. And it's a very difficult thing to talk about to begin with, right? How many of you have felt uneasy or uncomfortable telling somebody that perhaps you're having a haunting, or you're seeing things, or you're hearing things? I know, as you guys reply, I'm just gonna say, in my life, I know a lot of people thought, you know, oh, wow, Chris, she's really weird, or she's really out there, or she's really strange, or she's really this and that. And back then in the 80s and 90s, people didn't really you know, oh, that's a bunch of BS. That's not really happening to you. You know, maybe there's something else going on. Justina says, I don't see them, but she doesn't see or hear them, but she feels them. A lot of people are what you call, oh my goodness, clairsentient. They feel, okay, they feel. We have clairvoyance, which means that we see. We have clairaudient, which means that we hear. We have claircognizant, which means you have that knowing, you know what you know. You have clairalience, which is tasting, and clairsentience, which is spelled a little differently, and that has to do with scent. But and highly empathic, yes, empathic. Empathic people are a little bit different. Empathics are individuals that sense the energy and emotions of other people, spirits, and entities, okay? They actually, if not careful, can take on that full emotional state of an entity, a spirit, or another person. So they have to really be grounded. Justina says, I think there's something going on right now. Well, possible. I'm going to unbox my dowsing rods in just a second. So what I'm going to be doing this primarily on YouTube, right? I'm going to be doing this chat on YouTube, but I'm having a little bit of trouble finding an app that I can use easily, so I'm experimenting with this one here. But this is going to be a weekly chat. I know I talked about it about 8 weeks or so. I'm just now able to set that up, and I had to write some things for it and plan out what we're going to do. So Ghost Chat is going to be a weekly thing that I'm going to be doing on YouTube where you guys can join. I'm going to do it live. I'll talk about different things, spirit boxes, hauntings. You guys can come in for a part of the show. Thank you, Kenny. You can come in and you can talk about your experiences. You can ask questions. You can ask about your family members. You can ask about things that maybe happened to you as a child. You can bring people with you that you're trying to get them to understand what you're going through, and sometimes it helps to have someone else there to say, you know, this is real what this person is having, right? This is real what this person is experiencing, and I'm going to invite you to do some research and get some education on that yourself, right? Because one of the most dangerous things about the paranormal is an uneducated person that thinks they know what they're doing. Because that can set you up and the people around you for a lot of problems. Let me tell you, the spiritual world is nothing to mess with. Absolutely not. And one thing I always suggest, even with the tarot and everything else, is make sure you get an education. Make sure you take classes, you train with someone who knows what they're doing, you understand thoroughly what you're doing, because what you don't know can and will hurt you. These things have been around for thousands and thousands of years, okay? Especially dark entities, demons, and things like that. They go all the way back as far as God does, all right? They're very wise, they're very smart, and they know how to manipulate, okay? So I'm just gonna invite you to do that, and you play with fire, you get burnt. Absolutely, you do, you do. So this is gonna be a weekly series. I did it on Periscope today. Justina says, I was fortunate enough to train under the best. Aww. Thank you. If you're talking about the tarot, thank you so much. This is something I'm just very passionate about, just like I said, because I've had these experiences my whole life. I've had a lot of people that I've known suffer. I'm a medium. I'm a psychic medium as well. I'm sorry I didn't even get a chance to talk about that yet. But who am I and what are my qualifications, right? Well, I'm a psychic medium. I am also clairvoyant. I'm claircognizant. I'm an empath. I'm a professional intuitive tarot reader. I'm a life coach. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm an ordained minister. I went to college for this, and I've been studying for a lot of years. And the paranormal and the supernatural are my two most passionate subjects. Relationships too, but paranormal and supernatural come first. And I enjoy talking to people, and I especially enjoy talking with people who have been tormented, who struggle and suffer with the spiritual world and are looking to find a break from that, So, oh, hi, Lindsay says, I'm so glad I caught you. I keep missing you. You look great. Thank you so much, Lindsay. It's good to see you. Welcome to you guys on YouTube as well. So, what I wanted to share with you today is my new dowsing rods. I bought some before, but I got ripped off. I actually, let me bring this over here. I had bought dowsing rods. Dowsing rods are, they're copper tools that help you to detect, you know, water, metal, and things like that. But they are also really, really good at detecting spirits. It's another form of spiritual communication, okay? And that's something I'm going to be talking on here as well. We're going to talk about spirit boxes. We're going to talk about EMF meters. We're going to talk about all kinds of ghost gadgets. We're going to talk about how to do your own ghost hunt, how to do your own paranormal investigation, and how to get a really well-rounded understanding of the paranormal, so when you come across these situations and people, you're going to understand how to handle yourself, right? I believe education is king, especially in this. So when a lot, you know, and it's funny because I used to really discount dowsing rods. I don't like the word. I was in a class, and dowsing rods is very much like muscle testing. Okay, if you've ever done muscle testing, like you can do it this way, or you can do the arm test to where your body responds to yes and no questions, right? You always hear me say, you have all the answers to everything you seek, right? In the tarot, in life, and everything. We all have our own answers, right? Perla says, the fact that you've been through so much adds to you as a teacher, and you warn us about all of these. I love that you teach us how to protect ourselves properly. Thank you, Perla. Thank you. For a long time, I looked for people to teach me and to help me, and you know what? I didn't find it. I had to do it myself. I had to get the education. And then once I knew what I was talking about, I found there was a lot of people out there that could have helped me. I just didn't know the right terminology or the right things to do, right? So dowsing rods is a form of muscle testing. It uses your own energy, okay, your own internal energy to connect to the energy of a spirit. It works like when we use a spirit box, it's through electricity, right? Spirits need some type of conduit. They need some type of element to communicate with, or for them to be sensed. And electricity and our own energy, things like that, can be powerful. And when you use dowsing rods, this is my husband's Amazon box. When you use dowsing rods, you want to make sure that they are 100% copper. And the last ones I bought were not copper, they were brass. I was like, why aren't these working? They were duds. They just were not. So, you know, I took one for the team. I said, well, there you go. Now I know. Now I know. Okay, yes, these are much, much different. This is my husband's. I don't know what he's got. I don't know what this is, but I will leave that for him. Let me set this right here. There you go. So I got this from this company. I don't know what the name was, but I know they are Amazon's #1 bestseller for dowsing rods, and they are, was it $19.99, Leaf? $19.99? I think they were $19.99, and they come with the instruction book, and they come in a little bag like this, and they come same-day delivery. They come same day, so. If you're familiar with muscle testing, then you'll be, dowsing rods can be used the same way. But the class that I took for them, oh my God, it was so annoying. You can use dowsing rods for, you know, what type of vitamins you should take, what type of essential oils you should use, how many drops you should take, how many times a day. And to me, that is overwhelming. To me, that's just it's just a lot. I don't know. My body tells me quickly, things like that. I don't have to muscle test for everything. So dowsing rods at first, I was turned off to it. I'm like, well, I don't really like this. This is kind of boring. But I really enjoyed my pendulum. I use the pendulum quite often in my practice. So I decided to give dowsing rods. I saw someone on YouTube use them. I'm like, wow, she really uses them kind of cool. Maybe I can do this. So I thought, okay, well, we'll give it a shot. So in the kit, you get, Andrew says, hello, Kristen, how are you? I'm loving everything you're talking about, especially the paranormal world. It can be very crazy, especially if you're not aware of doors you open and so on. Yes, Andrew is someone, I opened you up, yeah. Andrew is someone that I met at college. Andrew and his partner used to come to see Leaf and I when we used to do free readings at the college. And Andrew is an especially interesting case. Andrew, unfortunately, his grandfather passed away. He passed away suddenly. And he came to get a reading one day to ask about his grandfather. Was his grandfather okay? Was his grandfather doing all right? And his grandfather, is your grandfather Hispanic, Andrew? I believe he's Hispanic, but I'm not sure if he's Hispanic or something else. This guy in spirit form was on fire. He was trying to push me out of my body because he wanted to talk to Andrew. He went into the hospital because he had heart problems, and he ended up dying in the hospital. Can you imagine? You're talking to everybody in the morning, and then you pass away the same day. And he was so frustrated because he had money hid in the house. He had his gun collection, his belt buckles. He is Hispanic. Okay, I wasn't sure if there was something else too. I wasn't sure if he was Native American as well. He had all these things, and he was just, I couldn't speak fast enough for him. He wanted to get me to move over so he can get in my body and tell Andrew what he needed to tell his grandmother. I had never had that happen to that degree. We were there for an hour. He told me where everything was in the house. Andrew went home and told his grandmother. Next time he brings grandma, grandma's like, what else do I need to know? I mean, it was amazing. He was half Apache. I thought so. I sensed that he was part Native American. That was by far probably one of the best medium readings I ever did, and it wasn't just because of that. It was just because of, it was such a testament to spirits on the other side and what their ability is and how powerful they can be when they want to connect with us. He was very, very worried about his wife. He had money, he had stuff. I mean, just think about all the things you have in your life, and if you were to die suddenly, how panicky you would be when no one else knows what you know, right? All right, so here they are. These are the dowsing rods. Now, these are 100% copper, okay? So if you look at the end here, I don't know if you can see on here, it's copper. There's no other material. The handles are copper. They're not ceramic, okay? They're actual copper. And that's important because copper is a conduit, okay? It's a conduit of energy. And if you have ceramic or you have any other type of non-copper material in here, it hinders the connection, and they're not accurate, right? You also get a little handout of how to, what the dowsing rods are, how to use them. So I'll just read this to you very quickly, okay? It said, a dowsing tool is simply a readout, interface, or communication device. It is controlled through or by your subconscious or something of that nature. Everyone can douse, but like most procedures, it'll take practice and experience to get good at it. You can train your subconscious to use many types of tools or devices, just like the tarot, right? And the pendulum. Professional dowsers use different kinds of dowsing tools. L-rod, Y-rod, pendulum, and the bobber are the basic tools of dowsing. Dowsing devices come in all different sizes, shapes, and materials, and everybody has their own favorite. With dowsing, you're also, I believe you're using your energy, your internal energy, okay, along with the subconscious. So I'm going to read the directions on this, so I make sure that I'm doing this correctly this time. It says, number one, you want to make sure that your thumb knuckles are pressed tightly against the handles when dowsing. Practice walking. Okay. So what you do is you're going to hold them in your hand like this, okay? Oh, these handles are a lot nicer. And you want to make sure that your hand is not touching the bottom or touching the top here. See, this moves like this? So you want to make sure that you don't hinder any of these, okay? Same on the both sides. For being 5'6.5", I have pretty narrow hands, okay? If you see these red marks on my arms, it's from this thing right here. People always think, are you a cutter or something? I'm like, no, it's the countertop, dude. Right? People always ask the strangest questions. Your arms are red. Do you have a cutting issue? No. Why would you cut on that side of your arm anyway? I can't even reach that. So what you do is you wanna stand up straight, and I'm gonna lean forward. You wanna make sure your feet are flat on the floor, and you wanna make sure that you're, clear your mind, take a few deep breaths, okay? And you wanna hold them straight ahead. Okay, let me just get a good angle. You wanna hold them straight ahead. And what you do is, to get ready to use them, you're gonna, what we call charge them, right? If you've ever seen me use a pendulum, I spin it around, right? That clears it. With dowsing rods, you're gonna shake them like that. So you're gonna put them down by your side, shake, and these things are all over the place, so. And you're gonna bring it back to the center here. And one of the practices, the first thing it's gonna take practice doing is getting them just to be straight, right? So they're not going all over the place. Making sure your hands are not touching or inhibiting the rods, and they may wobble around a little bit. Their energy is assimilating with your energy right now, all right? Make sure they're straight. Now, I am not a professional at this, all right? So I use these, but I'm not the world's best, but I want to get a lot better. So the first thing you want to do is practice understanding what a yes and no question looks like, how it will answer to you. So when you're connecting to a spirit, if you're looking for water or whatever it is you want to use these for, everybody's going to have a different yes or no answer. Just like with the pendulum. Yes for me is reverse, all right? Forward and no. Yes is counterclockwise and no is clockwise, and it can be different every time. So every time you use your dowsing rods, you want to ask, please show me a yes response, please show me a no response, and then go on with your mission. Sorry, I'm really thirsty today. It's hot in Arizona today. It's almost 100. So let me just kind of, not sure. I keep getting notifications from Periscope. So after you charge them, you're gonna hold them straight, and you're gonna say, please show me a yes response. Please show me a yes response. And there it goes. Do a thing. Okay, can you please show me a no response? I swear to God, I'm not doing anything. Can you show me a no response? I am not doing any of this. Okay, thank you very much. And you can go back to straight in front of me, please. If you could go back, thank you. Thank you. Go back. If you could straighten up for me, please. Go back to the beginning position. I don't want to hit my pop thing. Whoa. Okay, go back to your original position. Go back to your original position. Wow. So you just charge them, make sure, kind of put them down a little bit. Get them lined up. You don't have to shake them like that every single time. I'm just doing them right like that right now in the beginning because they're new and I just want to make sure they're working. Okay, so I'm just doing that. You don't have to do that every single time. So the next question I'm going to ask is, are there any spirits any spirits with me right now? Are there any spirits with me right now? I gotta move my hands so they can move. The answer is yes. Okay, thank you very much. You can straighten up. You can straighten up. These aren't the fastest. Look at this. I'm not doing this, I swear. Whoa. Leaf, these are crazy. They work. You gotta check this out. Are you watching me?
I'm watching you.
How's it look?
On YouTube. So I think some of it might be the iPad though.
Okay.
Those are pretty responsive.
They are. Let me make sure my hand. I've got a grip on these like a Dutch grip. Hold on. Isn't that amazing? So, no, these are not as fast. They're called dowsing rods. D-O-W-S-I-N-G. Dowsing. And you can order them on Amazon. Same day delivery. Okay, they're Amazon's #1 choice. I can put the link afterwards. I'm sorry I didn't have that. I forgot about that. Actually, when I'm done, remind me and I will. So then what you have to do, now I'm going to tell you this. For those of you guys that like quick stuff, this is not quick. You have to be patient. You have to wait for the rods to align with the energy around you, and they move on your time. It's not like the tarot or a spirit box or even a Ouija board that can be quick. Okay, even with the spirit box, sometimes it can take a while to get a clear answer. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of patience, I don't have a lot of patience, but I'm willing to see what these can do. Okay, I'm in it. I'm in it to experiment and do an investigation to see what's going on. Hi, Ghosty. Kat is on YouTube. Okay, here we go. So is there more than one? Is there more than one spirit here? Yes or no? Is there more than one spirit? There it goes. Is there more than one spirit? There you go, Brenda. It's probably easier to communicate on. Kat says yes about the patience. Okay. I see you got to move your hands so they can go back and forth. Thank you very much. So there's more than one here. Thank you. Is there more than 5 spirits here? Is there more than 5? 4 spirits here. So I would take that as a yes. Yeah, it's a little easier than YouTube because I can't see. I'm just experimenting with that app. Okay. So this would tell me that there's 3 spirits here. Okay. Thank you very much. You can straighten back up. Thank you very much. So that's how you would do it then. You know, you could You can ask, you know, is there one male? Is there two male? Are all three male? You know, you can do that, and then you can, if you're especially if you're on a ghost hunt, okay, you can ask which direction. Let me do this better. All right, if you could please straighten up for me. Please straighten up back to center. These are so much easier than those other dowsing rods I got. Oh my gosh. I just want to ask a question. Is the spirit of my father here? Ernie? Is the spirit of my father here? My father's name is Ernest. Now, sometimes a no response can be them not responding as a yes, okay? If they don't say yes, they don't always have to be a definite no. Sometimes it's just not the yes movement, okay? So I would take that as a no, okay? Is the spirit of my friend Carol, her mom, Ann Bartholomew, are you with me? There's somebody here. I'm wondering if one of them is Ann or Bart. Ann, if you're here. Do I personally, oh, let me just wait. Sorry, let me just finish with this. Are any of the spirits here people that I knew? And if it's a no, can you please show me a definite no? If it's a yes, show me a definite yes. If it's a definite no, please show me a definite no. Oh, there it goes. Whoa. No, it's nobody I know. Thank you very much. See how easy this is? Okay, you can straighten back up. Lindsay, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to tell you guys where to get these. You got to order these, I'm telling you. Let me just ask one more question. Or do you guys have a question? Do you have a question that you want me to ask? There you go. Thank you, Justina. Is it anybody who is watching, that's watching the broadcast right now? Anyone that's watching my broadcast, is it spirit? Is it anyone that my followers know? Of you three spirits, is it people that my people know? Oh, there it goes. I got to keep one hand up and one hand down. Oh, it goes out again. Is this any... Okay, let's straighten up. Let's straighten up. Hold on. Are the spirits, the three spirits that are here, are any of them in relation to my followers on either Periscope or Instagram? Is it for somebody here? Yes. Thank you very much. Whoa. Leaf, could you do me a favor, please? Leaf. This guy's headphones on. All right. Is this for Kenny? Is this for Kenny? Is one of the spirits here for Kenny? I'm going to ask for all of you. Is anybody here for Justina? For Justina. Any of the three spirits, is anyone here for Justina? Oh, Justina. Gotta keep my hands a little crooked. Whoa. Yep. Okay, you can straighten out. Whoa. Hold on. Okay, so what is for Justina? Someone write that down for me. Justina. Is one of the spirits here for Kat? Kat, what's your full name? For Ghosty Girl. One's for you. Is anybody here for Kat? I'm going to ask her full name. Kathleen. Anyone here for Kathleen? Whoa. 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 That's a big yes for Kathleen. So I got one for Justina, one for Kat. Yeah, did you see that? It just rolled. I don't know how much your lag is here, but I'm going to imagine it's a little bit. Okay. Is anybody here for Lindsay? For Lindsay. Is anybody here for Lindsay? Doesn't look like for Lindsay. Oh. Nope. Is anybody here for Andrew? Anybody spirits here for Andrew? Is there anyone here for La Perla? Uh-oh. Anybody here for La Perla? I mean, I gotta keep my hands a little uneven. For La Perla. There's my 3, but I'll try for Brenda. Let's see, because there may be another. Hey, love. Can't hear the earphones. Okay, let me try one more. Okay, please center, center, center. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, they just come right into... Is there anyone here for Brenda? No. I would say no. So, Justina, can you give me a name of an individual that you feel is for you? Like 1 to 2 names, I imagine, or moving back and forth, trying to move one or the other. Really? Hi, Anna. I just had 3 spirits and I've already tested 3 people that came up yes. So I'm just going to stick with those 3 for right now. So I got Justina, Perla, and Kat. Oh no, not for, was it Justina, Kat, was it Perla or Andrew? Kenny. Okay, Kenny. Yes, okay. So she has Dorothy, Grandpa or Grandma Joan, Pop Pop. Okay, Perla. I had 3. I know one was Justina. One was Justina. Okay, so no Vincent. All right, let's see. I don't either, isn't that crazy? I'll try asking one. I thought one was Kenny as well too. You, Kat. Okay, so let's get straight here. So it was Perla. Okay, thank you. So for Justina Carubia, is this her no Vincent? Coming to see her. Is this her no Vincent? Hope I'm saying it correctly. A lot of movement. A lot of movements. Make sure I'm sitting up straight. Make sure these are straight. Is this Vincent? Thank you. Would this be Dorothy for Justina? Is this Dorothy? Oh, Justina, is someone named Dorothy? Can I have a big yes, please? So just so we're sure. There you go. So for you, Justina, it's Dorothy. Okay, whoever that was, if that was Grandma. If that was Grandma. Let me grab a glass of water, you guys. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second, please. I need actual water. Okay. This Periscope thing is driving me crazy. All right. On your mom's side, that's your great-grandmother. Well, we know that she is with you, okay? So perhaps maybe something you can do, Justina, is speak with her. Maybe she's watching out for you. Maybe you're someone that she really just loved, or maybe she didn't have time to build a relationship, or maybe she's just attracted to you for some reason. Just make sure you tell her that you love her. You know, ask her if she's on this side or if she's crossed over. Ask her if she has any messages for you. Ask her to speak to you in a way that you can understand, in a way that's clear, in your dreams or in another way, and she will tell you. Okay, if she's with you, I feel that she's watching you, like looking over you and making sure that you're okay. Even though I feel you're okay, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. Maybe she has a certain sensitivity to you. Okay, maybe she didn't, really know you very well. I'm not sure what the connection is there. I don't feel that one is strong. Okay? I kind of thought it was was that your great-grandfather that passed away right after your wedding? That's who I kind of thought it was, but it's not. All right, Kenny, Could you give me a name or two of somebody that it might be for you, please? Was it Kenny? Kenny? Was it Kenny? It wasn't. No, it was Kat and Perla, right? Your dad's father. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm sorry. And you are correct. You are correct. Kat, if I could have a name or two from you, please, of someone that you may think it could be. And then Perla, I will ask you after. Thank you guys for hanging out and trying this out with me. This is so fun. It's just so different. It's really definitely different. Definitely different. Okay. Miriam, Jesse, Futch, or Allison. Okay, I'm gonna try Miriam. Oh, thank you guys. I'm excited. I'm just kind of excited just to see where this is gonna go, right? I'm finally happy to be here and to be able to do this, okay? It's been a little bit. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. Futch like Dutch. Okay. I'm gonna try Miriam first. Let's do this down here. Okay. So this is for Kathleen, one of the spirits that are here. Okay, I'm gonna ask to get nice and straight. I gotta make sure your hands are a little bit uneven this way so the bars can go over the top, but you wanna make sure they're straight and not leaning either. Okay, for Kathleen, would this be Miriam by chance? Miriam. For some reason, I have a feeling, is this Allison? Can I see a big yes? Okay. And just to test myself to make sure that I did not, because I kind of had a feeling it was. Okay, you can straighten back out for me, please. I want to make sure I'm not. Really? Kat says Allison died of leukemia at 7 and was her neighbor when she was like 10. Oh, when she was 10. Okay, I just want to check. Would this be... I did too, but I want to make sure I'm not influencing it, Lindsay. So let me just check. Would this be Jesse? Spirit of Jesse? Spirit of Jesse. I know. Would this be Futch? I would take that as a yes. That is really sad, Kat. That is really sad that she passed away. The spirit connecting with Kat right now is someone by the name of Allison. She said that she died of leukemia when they were neighbors and Kathleen was 10. Ah, thought the neighbor kids were teasing you. Oh my gosh. What I get from her is kind of like you were like a big sister. But I also feel, and that's what I'm feeling from her, okay? But I feel that you maybe didn't play with her. Not want to say I would play with her, but you didn't really, did you connect much with her? I feel this is a relationship that maybe she thought of you in a special way. I don't know how often you talked to her or hung out with her. But somehow or another, you have an impact in her life, okay? So something you could do is, I was at that age where I didn't want to, but my dad did. I have a feeling that there was, made you play with her. I could feel that this was more of a situation coming from her. Maybe she's just very appreciative of you, okay? What you can do is the same thing as ask her, you know, Allison, you know, is this you with me? How can I help you? I'm doing fine. And we just want to get her to cross over, tell her it's okay. Maybe she just wants you to know that you helped her. She asked for me and my dad didn't tell me because he wanted to protect me. Oh, well, it's so hard when children die. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I have a minute and 46 remaining. Okay, so Perla, could you give me the names of the people you wanted me to check? You're welcome. I just noticed this is on here. I have a minute and 33 seconds. If I have to come back for a second, I will. I know. Daniel, hold on. Daniel, Ruben Jr., Maria, and Ruben Sr. Okay, how about I just stop this one and I restart, okay? And then come back, Perla, because I don't want to get cut off in a second. All right. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Come on back. People are loving this. They're so happy, yay. Okay, let me try. Okay, this YouTube video is going to be really long. I just had to restart Instagram because I have to read Perla. Thank you. Oh my gosh, so Kat, before I move on to Perla, I just want to say, I feel, like I said, she thought of you as like an older sister. And I think, was there something besides from her having the leukemia? Was she different in a different way? Because she says to me, the other kids didn't want to play with her either. Was there something different about her or made her stand out? Perla, I'm gonna read you in 1 second. I just wanted to ask Kat another question about Allison. I felt it was her. Is there something different about her anyway? Welcome everyone for coming back. Thank you so much. She had a mom who made her cookies and gave her whatever she wanted. She didn't have hair. Okay. Let me tell you, as a child, and just from when my daughter was sick, between the age of 5 and 10, and she had that blood disorder, we spent a lot of time in cancer units because she had to see a pediatric hematologist oncologist. It can be challenging for others. And I remember my other daughter, when she would have to come to see her sister there, she was very, very afraid of the children that were bald because she was afraid she was going to catch cancer from them. But mind you, this is a 5-year-old. So children fear what they don't understand. And I had to explain to her, this isn't contagious, yada, yada. But small children have very big fears and they don't always understand. So I can see that for her, I didn't see her as being bald, but I see her as being different. For some reason, I want to say that she had like a cleft palate or something with her face stuck out here, but maybe, you know, just the lack of hair. So thank you, Kat. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. All right, so For those of you that are just hopping on, my name is Kristen Hansen, and this is my Sunday night ghost chat. And tonight we are testing out my dowsing rods, and I am doing some readings to see of the spirits that are here. And I have one person left, La Perla. And I will be back during the week to do readings and some other things, but every Sunday I will be here to do our ghost chat, to talk about spirits and the paranormal, okay? So if you're just joining live, that's what's going on. All right, so here's for Miss Perla, La Perla. All right, let's make sure our rods are nice and center. Perla, could you please punch in the first name again? I have Ruben Jr., Maria, and Ruben Sr., but can I see that first name again, please? Daniel, thank you, okay. Daniel, if the third spirit is you that's here with me, could you please let us know if this is Daniel that is with us? Would this be Ruben Jr.? Okay, it's connecting. Is this Ruben Sr.? I just felt a very heavy energy. Kind of difficulty breathing. Is this Ruben Sr.? It's funny because I felt something come present, and it's like, I was gonna say, is he a big guy? Because I feel like, hi Greg, I feel like something with his chest or something. Did he have like, was not big, really? Okay, let me just check. Would this be, would this be Maria? Is this Ruben Sr.? There he goes. Okay. Whew. Yeah, Greg, we're just doing a ghost chat. Okay, so when I said Ruben Jr., all right, I could feel the energy come through my hands to the rods, okay? And I'm thinking, this is Ruben Sr. So I said Ruben Sr. As soon as I said his name, it was like, I got this, like the wind got knocked out of me, okay, in my chest. And I just felt like a heaviness, all right? So I'm wondering if he had a heart attack, if he was shot, God forbid, you know, what I feel a heaviness in the chest, in my chest, heart attack, okay? Because I'm like, it hit me. It just hit me. And all of us were feeling the heaviness. So, you know, when people have a heart attack, I was literally, oh my gosh, right? I know. I had to take a breath. And I had this impression of a bigger guy. And even as some people, I got goosebumps right now. My gosh. And this can happen with a heart attack or a gunshot victim or something like that in the chest, or a stroke. Okay, something. It's them. You know, it can be just the heaviness of the body giving way, even if he's in a bed when it happens. It's just this overwhelming heaviness too. And what you guys are feeling is grief as well. Perhaps his own grief, perhaps the grief around the situation, okay? This would tell me there was a great sadness, as with a lot of people die, but for some reason, a lot of overwhelming sadness with this. Who is this person, Perla? How is this person related to you? Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of heaviness, and he's very sad. Okay, like he's having a tough time coming to terms with what happened. It's like grandfather. Okay, yeah, very heavy energy. He seemed like he was a tough man, but a good man. Okay, tough. He could hold his own. There is like a 6 or 7, like, okay, thank you, Kat. Yeah. He wouldn't be listening to Biggie Smalls. You don't know. Yeah, a very good man. A tragedy around this. And sometimes when you guys are beginning to feel spirits and you feel that heaviness and you feel this and that, sometimes exactly what you're feeling is grief, sadness, all right? From them dying, the people around them, that whole energetic emotion.